What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the NHL 20 GM Mode commentary series right here on the Armchair GM's Sports Network, your source for North American sports coverage by sports fans, for sports fans. And we're here back with the Seattle Kraken, about to go into year number 4, I believe. God, I'm losing track of that. But been watching a lot of NHL action lately in the playoffs, so it's been... the series has kind of gotten away from me a little bit. But we're back here, guys, after a really, I think, a successful offseason with the team making it to the Stanley Cup final last year. I think we can definitely be a serious playoff contender again going into this year, especially with the lineup changes we made here in the 2022-2023 season. As you saw in the last video, we are able to get it done, guys. The +5 line combination of Yarncroc, Blaze, and Jones on line 1, and line 2 of our new captain, Gabriel Landeskog, Anthony Cirelli, and Forsbacka Carlson on line 2. Hoping for some big things out of our top 6 here, especially the +5 and +3 combination. Our bottom 6 with +1, that's all right. But we will keep an eye out on bottom 6 on what's not working out. Maybe we could look at improving our bottom 6 as well, and maybe even our top 6 at the deadline. We'll have to see. But we also have a rookie on the team, Kyle Olson, one of our first draft pick. Yeah, he was our 6th round draft pick back in the beginning of this franchise mode. Finally making the team in 2022-2023. Took a couple years for him to develop. He's now a 78 overall, medium top 9 forward. His role as a depth forward, so he will grow a little bit, I'd say, probably only to fit in the bottom 6. I can't see him going into the top 6, but if chemistry works, you never know with this kid. So I think he has pretty good stats and good enough stats to start in the NHL, especially his puck skills. Very good for the 4th line, decent shooting skills, and he's a pretty quick skater. So we'll see, and we'll keep track of Kyle Olson here as the season goes on. Other than that, this is the rest of our lineup, folks. As for our D, we have the +3 still with Krug and Hickey. I want to get another +3 out of somewhere in our bottom pair here. I've seen one, but it just wouldn't make sense. Like, I've seen, if I move Carrick up for Spurgeon or Honka, I would get a double +3, but then we're getting a 0 on that bottom pair, and then we're putting an 84 or an 85 overall on that bottom pair. And to me, it wouldn't make the most sense in my eyes. I could probably do a guy like Spurgeon, and there's a reason why. I've looked at your comments, guys, and Spurgeon's, I think, a guy we're going to probably have to look to move on from soon. 32 years old. He's dropping down in overall, and he's still making 7.5 for 5 more years. And if we're going to be signing some rookies coming up, we're going to need a little bit of cap space and as much as we need going forward. And let's take a look at his stats. I don't think he's been doing the greatest lately. I think his good year was our first year with Seattle with 64 points, and he's kind of like degressed the last couple of years. Last year, I mean, he was a +11, but only 32 points. That's good as a defenseman. I mean, it's great when he gets up to 64, but 32 is all right. So, you know what? We'll have to see how he does this season, and we'll go from there. And we'll keep an eye on him as well. I did look at his giveaways and takeaways, and they weren't the greatest. But other than that, that's our D-core. And as for our goalies, rocking with Comrie as our starting goaltender, hoping for another big year out of him. And then we signed Thomas Greiss, I believe, for 1 year for a backup, pretty good backup goaltender. And if we take a look at Comrie, guys, he's had a lot of good seasons with us since we've been starting him. We see here... I think he started as a backup in year number 1, and he was 16-8, and then look at the last 2 years. He grew a little bit. We had a rough season that second one, but then look at last year, 40-20-2, 914 save percentage. The save percentage has only been getting better. Same with his goals against average, so I think Comrie is on the way up and could definitely be a starting goaltender for us for the near future, and maybe not so near because we have our highly goalie in the ranks that is slowly growing. And I don't remember, is our highly goalie in the... No, he's still playing in the, I believe, the U.S. development system. So we still have our other goalie that seems to be stagnant at 74 overall. But nonetheless, he is our starting AHL goalie. So Witt, I don't foresee him making the NHL anytime soon or even in the future. But good enough for AHL goalie. As for this, guys, I think we can go right into the sim. I've already done all the scouting. I've assigned them all. They're all set to go. But we will keep an eye on our team and see how we do. I think we're good to go. I don't think we have to do anything else. Let me just make sure. We are listed as a hopeful team, so I'm hoping for some big things. So, yeah, let's just get right into it here. Why not? Let's pull up the calendar and sim to the first day of the regular season. Actually, there's an easier way of doing this. And let me make sure that if the trade thing comes up, we edit our trade block. Yeah, here we go. Sim to a regular season. So, yeah, there. I knew it. I knew there was going to be a trade screen coming up. And then they have all these people on there. No, we're not looking at trading yet. We want to see how our team does, and then we'll look at maybe trading by the deadline or closer to. We'll see how the simulation goes. But I'm hoping to get to the end of year, the end of the year here, and see how we go into the playoffs. So let me just sim here. All right. Should be almost through. Dun, dun, dun. The waiting game continues. I wish the sims were a little faster, but hopefully EA is working on that for the future. All right, there we go. We should be at the beginning of the season. I've already done the scouting, and all right, look at that last preseason game, 8-4. All right, so let's sim right on to the. Let's sim to. Where's the deadline? All right, so there's a deadline. So let's sim to, I'd say, the beginning of the month. So right up here to New Jersey. So, all right, here we go, boys. Let's have a big season here for the Seattle Kraken. Making it to the Stanley Cup final last year was huge. And look. Oh, yeah. And if you guys seen a couple of years ago, I totally forgot that I spaced out in number one and forgot to turn injuries back on. And I turned them back on, and look at this. The injury bug hits us early on after the first 2 games. Gabriel Landeskog injured to the end of October, so it's not a bad injury. So let me just go in and replace him. This is going to be fun to do as well throughout the year with the injuries. We'll see. What do we do here? Who is our scratch player? Oh, we don't have a forward. Oh, we're going to have to bring someone up. That's not good. Shoot. Oh, no. Oh, I'll have to bring a forward up. All right. You know, this may take a while, guys. I'm gonna cut it here, and I'll be right back with the forward line set up. I'll be right back. All right, guys, welcome back. So what I had to do was actually when I went to my minor system, I actually didn't have anybody to bring up. Like, I didn't have anyone that wasn't on in an AHL roster or on, even starting in the AHL to bring up. So what I had to do was I had to go into free agency and sign a few players and skip a couple days so they were on the team. And then I think we missed only 2 games, which is not bad. But I had to get them signed and bring up just in case injuries do roll around. So I'll show you guys right there. You can see the first one, William Carrier was the one guy I had to sign. It was slim pickings in free agents, that's for sure. Chad Ruedel, and then this guy, Shane Gersich, was another guy. So how it worked out was I have the lineup set here with still a +5 and a +3. I had to basically switch Landeskog with Hinostroza. Dalco went up here. Timashov went there, and Carrier took the spot of Hinostroza down here on the 4th line. And still we got a 5-3-1-1. All I have to do now is change the defensive pair of Hetherington and put Connor Carrick in. There we go. There we go. So that's fixed. It did, I think, screw up everything else as well. Yep, it did. Oh, boy, I should have looked at this before, so we'll just quickly do this. So Sorelli was down here. Jones was there. Yarncroc was on line 1. I think Timashov was up here, too. Krug was over here. Honka was for Spurgeon. Actually, no, Honka was here. And then for here, we had Jones, Sorelli. I think Timashov was up here as well. Or Hinostroza. Is he right-handed? Yep. We can move him up here. I forget who else was on this power play line. I think it was Landeskog, so now we'll have to find another person to make it a plus. And it's Dalcol. Perfect. Good enough for me. We'll keep it like that. At least it's a +1. Let me just quickly do this. Oh, boy. Yeah, they really screw it up when it gets screwed up here. Sorelli on line 1? No, Blaze was there. Krug, Honka, Spurgeon. I don't think we have anyone else to go there. Connor Carrick, maybe. I think it was Carrick. And then Okposo was someone else. Maybe Hinostroza. Yeah, good enough. All right, penalty kill. I think Olson was up here, and I made it a +1. 3-man. This was Olson. And up here. No, okay, it was down here. All right, perfect. I think that's good enough. Let's just quickly make sure the 4-on-4 lines are fine. Those are good. Good enough. Good enough. 3-on-3. Blaze. Hickey, no. Your defenseman shouldn't be playing 3-on-3, so we'll put Spurgeon in there. And Okposo and Michael Backlund. All right. Shootout. Yep, I knew. Why did they put 3 defensemen on a shootout lineup? Oh, my God. Force back. Let's put another sniper here. Let's put, actually, Jones can score. I'll put Jones there. Blaze, and then just replace Krug with, like, Dalcol. Sure, why not? Dalcol. All right. All right, so we should be good now. I don't think our AHL have to be done anything. No, we're good. All right, so there we go. Now that we have our guys up there, just in case injuries do happen, I do want to make sure, though, that injuries are not turned all the way up just for whatever reason, because that was pretty early for an injury. Like, injuries are so annoying in this game. I've seen it go both ways. So we have it at 15, but just so it doesn't ruin the simulation or anything like that, or make this go longer, we'll put it down to 10. I think that's fair enough to at least put it on 10. We'll see how that goes. And, yeah, let's just continue the sim. Like I said, we had to skip through a couple of games just to get some free agents signed and on the team to fill in for injury. So here we go. Now we can continue the sim. We go all the way to, I think it was before the deadline. Yeah, this game against New Jersey. All right, so let's continue the sim. Hopefully no more injuries. And then we can get Landeskog back in there as soon as possible. But, all right, here we go. Speaking of, so I'm going to count against the roster. So now we actually got to send someone down. Let's see who we can just send down. How about the center guy? Guess whatever his name is. If he gets claimed, I wouldn't care. So he didn't. All right. So now Landeskog can come back in. Let's just edit the lines here and get him in here. Thank you, William Carrier. Gabriel, you're ready to go. All right. Switch you for Nostroza, and there we go. Let me just make sure he gets back on the power play line. Put Gabriel Landeskog back in here, and there we go. All right. Perfect. I should probably make sure Landeskog's back everywhere else. There we go. There we go. And nope, not goalies. 3-on-3. Landeskog. There we go. I'll put him here on the second line with Cirelli and Honka. And put Jones with Backlund and Spurgeon, and there we go. And actually, you know what? We want to add Landeskog into the shootout lineup. And I want to make him at least the third shooter. All right, perfect. All right, boys, we're back at it, and Captain Landeskog is back here. Here we go. Time to continue this simulation. Hopefully we have a good season. Not a bad start, 4-2. Just got to keep going here. And I'm hoping for no more injuries, crossing my fingers, knocking on wood, and I'm hoping for another big season. I don't think we're going to maybe get close to that same record as we did, but making the playoffs is a big thing for me, so over a record. So as long as we make the playoffs, I'm not really caring too much how or what place we finish in, as long as it's not a wild card at least, because that doesn't really look that great. Armchair Scout saying it's going to be a good year for rookies. That's fine. Let's keep going here. 9-6. All right, a little bit of inconsistency going on, but I'm sure they'll work out the kinks here. There's 2 wins right off the bat after that. New game against New Jersey. That's 3 in a row. All right, so we're getting into a little bit of a groove here. Another shootout win. Looks like that shootout lineup I put worked out. And actually, we got an injury in Tacoma. Dominic Masson. Do I really need to go in here and do this? Is there anyone that makes it a +1 maybe? Does Mantha make it a... Oops. Does Mantha make it a... And can we put... Oof. Oh, there we go. All right, there we go. That's good enough. All right, so 14-6-0 is not too bad. As we continue here, looks like we're on a big winning streak here. Holy moly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did we get 7? 7-game winning streak. That's pretty big. Come on, let's continue it, boys. Oh, and Arizona ends the win streak. And that's fine. Let's just keep continuing. All right. Go to. We don't need to see the draft class just yet. 16-8. Come on, let's get back on a win streak here. Get back in the win bus. There we go. 18-8. Looks like we're riding first place here in our division. These are some big wins here, boys. We're getting a little bit more consistent with the win-to-loss ratio, so that's what I like to see. And it's definitely that line combination, that line chemistry that's really helping. Shootout win again. Winning in those shootouts. Looks like I set a pretty good shootout lineup 2 in a row, man. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing going to shootouts 2 games in a row, but I'm loving it. And there's another one, another shootout win. Joachim Nordstrom is going on waivers. Who is this guy? 4th line. But if we claim him, he'll go into the AHL. You know, he could be good as for 2 years. No, I don't want to take this guy in. Just decline that. That's fine. If it was 1 year, maybe as like an injury forward, but we signed people already for that. And there we go. And speaking of injuries, Dawson Mercer. Ooh, that hurts because he's one of our top rookies here. So he goes down with an injury. It looks like we'll have to replace him with somebody. I think Hanu Levo maybe can get some line 2 time. There we go. Perfect. And then let's put this Franzen guy in here. All right, perfect. Good enough. Oh, back to the lines. What happened? I guess I got to put Hanu Levo everywhere else then, don't I? It doesn't just automatically do it for me? Nope, can't be that easy. All right, that's fine. Let's put Hanu Levo in there. What else is he... Oh, my Lord. Why wouldn't it just replace him with the same guy? Whatever. That's fine. Hanu Levo's there. Extras. 3-on-3 line. Oh, Hanu Levo, looks like you're getting some playing time here, kid. Better show up for the boys. Putting you on line 1, 3-on-3. Look at that. Good for you. Play with Delandria. All right, there was another win, actually. So, big month here for the Kraken. I couldn't see if we beat Colorado there, but... Nonetheless, 27-10 so far. It's a pretty good season. I think if we keep riding this win train, especially the shootout wins. A couple of losses there. That doesn't really look good. Come on, boys. We got to bounce back. And Dawson Mercer is ready to come back. All right, so Levo did your part there in the second line. Let's put you back down here, and we're going to replace Franzen with Dawson Mercer. There we go. Ooh, up to a 77. All right, this kid probably going to be cracking the lineup next year. Is moving him up do anything? No, I'll keep him down here. But that's pretty good. All right, I'm loving the growth out of Dawson Mercer. All right, let's keep going here. Come on. Got to bounce out of that little losing streak. And there's another loss there. Oof. God, one win in the last 6 games. Boys, what is happening? These OT losses. All right, there's a big win. Bounce back by the Leafs. Come on, boys. Let's go. Let's keep the winning back. Get the wins back. Yikes. Not a good month, the month of January. Not a good start to the new year for the Kraken. And there's another loss to Florida and another loss to the Winnipeg Jets. Yikes. What happened in that last month? My God. How many wins did we get in this month? 1, 2, 3. 3 wins. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 losses. Wow, that was a rough month for the Kraken. Somehow I think, no, we're in 3rd place now. Actually, a 3-way tie for 1st place. So, not exactly the greatest, but here we are, 48 games in, almost a little bit over the halfway point, and Yarncroc, point-a-game player, 48 points and 48 games. So let's just take a look at the stats here. Sammy Blaze with 43 points, Landeskog with 35. So our top guys getting top guy points. Look at that. Forsbacka Karlsson seems to be in 2nd on the team with goal scoring. So that's still helping him out there on the 2nd line. Other than that, not too bad. I mean, we could look to improve us on someone in our top here, but I don't know who I'd like to replace. I really don't want to replace a guys like Yarncroc, Blaze, Landeskog, Sorelli, or Max Jones. I kind of want to give him the entire year and see what we got. Or eventually maybe we move on for a guy like Forsbacka, but and then we move him back down to that 3rd line. Who knows? Let's go see here. Defenseman. Krug leading the way with 35. Spurgeon, 19. And Honka, 15. Hickey with 9 points. All right. That's okay. And goalie. See how we doing goalie-wise. So, Thomas Greiss actually being a pretty studly backup for us with that stat line. And Comrie still doing great with that save percentage and goals against average. So, goalies aren't the problem. It's just we're being a little bit too inconsistent, but not a bad record at all. I think we could probably, again, improve maybe on our team. We'll have to see what's available out there. So, let's just sim to the deadline. So we'll sim another month, and we'll sim up to here, the Buffalo Sabres, right on trade deadline day. So here we go. Come on, boys. Let's have a bounce-back month from the month of January. So 1-1 already to start the month. Come on. I want to see more wins and losses this time. Oh, boy. Ty Dellandrea. Yikes. I thought that was our team, but mild concussion. Oof. Dellandrea. So put Francis up here. Put Howell up here. We'll put Hughes up here, and we'll replace with a centerman. Oh, this Garrett's guy. Why not? This is our injury forward. Is putting him anywhere else help? All right, up there. There we go. Only got some +3s here. Why not? There we go. All right. Come on, boys. Ooh, we got a trade alert. So, to Vegas, Gustafsson and Wood for those two guys. I'm not even going to begin to sit there and pronounce their names. So, looks like a young trade there. And then we got another trade alert. Ikonen to Dallas. To the Rangers, they got a 3rd, 4th, and a 6th, and Anderson on defense to the Rangers. So, not a bad trade. Detroit has fired a coach, Kip Dicka. Whoever that may be. Another trade here, Peary and Cheestoff. All right, a lot of trades happening early on here. And Ty Dellandrea is ready to come back, so we can get him back into the lineup here. Let's switch him out for Gersich. There we go. All right, he's back in the lineup there. All right, come on. Let's get to the deadline quicker this time. A lot of losses here, though. It's not what I like to see. God, what is happening? Why are we losing too many games? Like, why is the last 2 months we're losing more than we're winning after we had a hot start? I don't like to see that. Look at this. Kadri leaving Colorado to the Nashville Predators. Predators giving up a 1st and a prospect for him. So, Nashville boosting up there. Ooh, look at this trade. Holy moly, did Dallas ever dump? Why did Winnipeg take all those players? Esa Lindell, Radek Faska, Jason Demers, and Andrew Cogliano for 2 first-round picks this year's and next? And Nikkanen, probably a prospect. Wow, that's crazy. I wonder how good the Jets are doing to take on all those players. Vince Dunn to Minnesota with Sundqvist for Donato and Gudis. God, there's just trade after trade here. My God, maybe we should stop and look for trades. They're all going to be gone by the time the deadline gets here. Oh, man, look at this. McCann to Ottawa for Gustafsson and Pettersson in a second. Yeah, you know what? Let's stop. Let's before everyone takes all the trades, let's go around and see what we can snag up, or else there's going to be nothing left for us. So let's go to the trade player screen and take a look at people's trading blocks here, and we'll see if they matches up with our team. So Gustav Nyquist for the Anaheim Ducks, 1 year. Could be a decent rental player. He's still got decent stats, but he doesn't fit in our scheme, so maybe not. So we'll move on. All right, got a couple of players here. Cody Garland, only an 80. I thought this guy usually progresses pretty well. He doesn't fit our scheme, so it doesn't really matter. Boston, new Jeff Skinner of 5 years and $9 million. They'd have to eat like half the cap, which I guarantee they won't in order for me to take him, and he doesn't fit our scheme. So we'll move on. Sam Bennett, new. Martin Lucic. Ooh, Carolina's looking to move on from a lot of players here. Look at this. It's just a plethora. Teravainen is a sweet one. Only making 4.8 for 2 years. Does he fit in our scheme? Bottom 6, so not Teravainen. Martin Necas. Wait, it says he has. Oh, he even signed. He's an RFA. They don't even have him under contract. So if we trade for him, we'd have to give him a contract, and he doesn't fit in our scheme, so not happening. So Tatar, yeah, he fits in our top 6, but 5.9 for 4 years is a lot to commit to. 2 years for Dougie Hamilton. That'd be nice. Slavin and Brady Shea. All 85 overall defense. See which one fits in our. Did anyone fit in our scheme? So Dougie fits, Slavin fits, and Shea fits for sure on 2, and Hamilton for 1. We already got Torrey Krug. I wouldn't mind either a Hamilton or Shea because it's only 2 years. I don't want to commit to Slavin for 3. Let me just quickly look at Niedermeyer here. Line 4, no. Vincent Trocheck, no. And Philip Deneau, top 6. He's a center. We don't need a center. So Hamilton or Shea, I wouldn't mind trading for. Hamilton, I would like to maybe them eat a little bit, but Shea, though, he says it fits on line 2, which is what we're looking for to improve. And he's good on our power play 1. And 2 years at 4.7 is not bad at all. You know, we might have to take a look at Brady Shea. Anyone else? Does Pesce fit in our system? 2 as well. All penalty killing. He needs a cheaper contract. Ooh, even Brett Pesce. He's not extended, is he? No, he can't be. He's 2 years left. Brett Pesce would be cheap, and we wouldn't have to give up a lot. So there's the guys here on Carolina that we can go after for sure. So we'll come back to Carolina. Let me just do my due diligence and go around the league here. Shattenkirk, I mean, he wouldn't be that bad. I would want them to eat contract, but it only fits on line 1. Mata, only on line 1. Kovalchuk, new. Not going to take. I mean, Duncan Keith. I put him on the bottom pair, but he fits in the top 4 pairing, and I'm not taking. I don't think he has good stats anymore. No, his stats are diminishing. I know his playoff grit's there, but doesn't count in this game. Zadorov, no, nobody on Colorado. Seth Jones, whoo, that'd be sweet. I bet you he doesn't fit in anywhere. All defensive pairings. Oh my God. But $9 million, that's a big commitment, and wow, I mean, we wouldn't be able to get them to eat anything, especially with that trade value all the way up. That would be next to impossible to get Seth Jones. My Lord, how do you know if I should make an attempt at that? Why didn't Dallas come up? What the hell? There we go. Okay, they didn't have anybody anyways. Jakob Silverberg, he's not a bad player, but doesn't fit. No. Nobody here. Nope. Matt Dumba. Ooh, $6 million for 1 year left. A good rental defenseman here. And he fits in our top 4. There's a lot of good defensemen out there. But, I mean, we could always, if Dumba works out, we can always commit to him because he's a solid defenseman. He's 20 years old, 88 overall, coming off a $6 million contract. We'll probably be paying him anywhere between 6 and 8 for so many years. Yikes. I don't know. Or we can just take him as a rental. So Matt Dumba is a good look. They have Vince Dunn, who they just acquired and want to get rid of. Chris Letang, Cam Fowler. There's a lot of good defensemen. Even Cam Fowler fits everywhere as well. But 6.5 for 4 years, not happening. Okay, let's keep going here. So we already have some big decisions that we could, and big players that we could actually go after. Man, I'm just thinking about it, just like, wow. We have a lot of defense. Oh, my God, here's another one. Gossesbear, 4.5 for 1 year. But he doesn't fit, thank God. I was going to say, don't add to it. I'm already getting tired of thinking about what deal to take here. Devin Taves, no. Pittsburgh, Jason Zucker, 1 year left. But only fits in line 4. Not a lot of forwards available. A lot of D. Tarasenko. Oh, my God. Can you imagine getting this guy? And he fits on line number 2. So what? You put him with you put Forsbacka down and you get like Vladimir Tarasenko for 1 year. I mean, that's just we'd boost up for the playoffs for sure. And I wouldn't look at re-signing him. Oh, look at that. My batteries are low. If they do die, I will stop and cut it and then go back and get batteries. But anyways, I mean, Vladimir Tarasenko's not bad if we could get him, but again, the trade value is just ridiculous. Like we'd have to give the farm, even if they're on the trading block, to even try to acquire him. Like, I'll give it a shot, guys, but I'm guaranteeing you it's not going to work, and I'm not giving the farm for these players, especially if we're not committing to them long term. Okay, what the heck? Like, why is this game doing this? It, like, skips over every time I go down. No and no. Okay, so the first defenseman I believe was on Carolina was a Brady Shea. I mean, 2 years at 4.7, that's a decent commitment we're getting from him. Decent defensive stats, fits really well in line 2. Or do we go after a guy? I'm not going to go after Seth Jones. I mean, God, yeah, we're going to have to make him eat cap too. Just not happening. What was the other guy? Is that Nashville? No. Who is the other guy? Matt Dumba. Matt Dumba was another one, I think. Yeah, Matt Dumba fits in the top 4. He could be a guy we go after. And who was the other guy? He was on the Flyers? No, it wasn't Shane Gostisbehere. Who am I missing here? It was before Tarasenko. I know that. I think it was just Seth Jones and Matt Dumba, to be honest. I'm just going to keep going back here. Matt Dumba. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not going to be able to get Seth Jones. Let's just, just for the sake of the video, let's just make an attempt. I don't think it's going to work, but so Seth Jones says it worked on, what line did he work in? Was it line 2 exactly? All defensive pairings. So we can move anyone for him on the defensive side. So let's see who they want. All they want are forwards here. The one defenseman they want is Merrill. I would be willing to give up a Merrill for him. And let's go over the defense. So, and Hetherington doesn't really fit anywhere as well. So I'd give him Merrill and Hetherington, but we'll hold off on Hetherington off the bat. As for anybody else, they do want Staples, but we're keeping him. Okay, let's go to wingers here. No, not giving them up any of them. No. Centerman. I mean, Pinelli. We're looking at our center core right now. Like, Pinelli, if he does grow, I don't know where he's going to fit eventually. I mean, he's a guy we took at the 12th overall pick. But, man, I don't want to get rid of this one. I mean, we have Delandria 2 coming up. I'd give up one of them. I give up one of Pinelli or Delandria in this pick. If it was anyone, it would be Pinelli. And if we're having a good year this year, we have the Los Angeles Kings first-round pick, so we can get rid of ours. And how does that look so far? So we have Merrill, Pinelli, and our first-round pick, and Columbus would be under the league salary cap. So eating cap helps. So let's do this. Let's go up. So this will be 8 million, 7 million, 6 million. So let's try 6 million. Let's try make him eat 3 mil. Still would be under. So go up to 5 million. So eating forward, make it a $5 million contract for 3 years. They still would be under. Oh boy. So we did 4.5. Still not. So we'd have to give him someone with term, and I don't have anybody with term to give them. Let's see here. It'd be like a Kyle Okposo, but then we need to replace him, which we are looking at doing, but we might need to use him as a trading piece. Yeah, there's no one with term that helps out this trade here. If we added a Kyle Okposo, what does that do? And they would have more than 45 skaters. So we could probably take a forward back to replace Okposo here. That doesn't have a lot of trade value, but it's a decent overall. Maybe a guy like Carpenter. He's at 2 years left on 1.3. Anyone with 1 year? I want to get rid of these guys. Sonny Milano. 1 year, fits in our top 6. What about this Bittner guy? All power play lines. This guy might be it. He's doesn't have a lot of trade value and doesn't have cap. So maybe this Bittner guy. All right, so here we go. I don't think it's gonna work, but let's give it a shot, guys. So we have Seth Jones eating $4.5 million in cap, for Merrill, Pinelli, our first-round pick, and Okposo, and we get Bittner back. So a switch for Okposo and Bittner. I don't think it's gonna go through, but let's give it a shot. Proposed trade? No. And if I did one more adjustment to make this trade go through and add the second round pick, since we have 2/3, would that make a difference? No. So it's way too hard to do that, even with him on the trade block. Just no, not gonna happen. So let's see with Matt Dumba here. So Matt Dumba, there he is, and he fits on the. He's in the top 4. So someone in our top 4 likely to move. So let's see if we can give them back Spurgeon here. Yeah, so what if we add Spurgeon in here? I do want Honka, but I want to hang on to him. So Spurgeon, we'll put him in the trade. And then we'll put our first-round pick. So there we go. That actually might go through. So our first-round pick in Spurgeon from Matt Dumba. What are they saying? New. So what if we added in, what was it, Pinelli? Francisco Pinelli. Added him here. That probably would go through. It looks like it's a pretty fair trade. So we already have a first-round pick from the LA Kings. We're giving up ours. Jared Spurgeon from Matt Dumba. We're going to have to – this would actually be a trade if we committed to Matt Dumba. And, maybe we do. Maybe we commit to Matt Dumba. He looks like a solid defender, and he could be solid somewhere in our top 4. And we're giving up Francisco Pinelli, which is really tearing at me right now. Is there anybody else besides Pinelli we can give them? Is there like a unsigned? Do we have an unsigned goalie? No, we're not doing him. Tucker Tynan. If we're putting our stock in Wellwood, Tucker Tynan might be a guy we move on from. What if we added Tucker Tynan and added this Yoshimura guy? Any other unsigned guys we could throw in? No. And then we took out Pinelli. What if we did something like that? So I become more comfortable with that. Pinelli I kind of want to keep around just to see. But Spurgeon, our first-round pick, Tucker Tynan, and this unsigned Yoshimura guy for Matt Dumba. Will that go through? No. A little bit off the table. What if we gave him a third-round pick, so that LA third-round pick. Would that go through? A bit low. I think the second-round pick would make it go through, guys. What do we got next year? I think we can give up our second next year. You know what? Let's try to give up our second next year. So first for this year, second next year, Tucker Tynan, Spurgeon, and Yoshimura for Matt Dumba. Does that go through? All right, so we acquired Matt Dumba, guys. Big trade there with the Minnesota Wild, but it's definitely going to help out our decor. Let's see what happens here. Let's go into edit lines. Woo! Can't believe we just sent that trade off. All right, defense. Here we go. Slipping in Matt Dumba here into the top 4. Where does he work well the most with? +1 there, +1, and it's a +1 everywhere. So it doesn't make a difference here. I don't think moving this guy up does anything. No. Yeah, just good enough, though. You know what? I'm fine with that. Dumba, Honka, Hickey, and Krug will be our top 4D. I think that's good, and maybe we'll find or place it maybe for Honka eventually in the future. But this looks good, guys. I think we're good enough for that. As for our forward core, let's make a jab at it, but I'm for sure not giving up a lot for this next one. But Vladimir Tarasenko from the St. Louis Blues. Oh, that's Tampa Bay. Let's make an attempt as a rental player. Tarasenko, God, his trade value is skyrocket. So in order to move him, we need to see who we'd have to give up and replace. So they want Landeskog and Yarncroc, which we're not giving up. Jones we're keeping. Forsbacka we would move down, but they want Okposo. Or maybe we move on for Forsbacka Carlson. But I know that this guy is a playoff performer, so I want to hang on to him. So we'd have to move on from Okposo for sure. Now let's see what else we can throw their way. I don't have any other goalies to throw their way. Keeping on the staples. Nope, nobody here. No, I think this would be the time we would have to move on from what's his name, Pinelli, if we were going to go through with this. So let's go into draft picks. And we do have 2/3, and they want one of them. So we give them our third. We gave up our second for next year. What about the second the year after that? So, God, look at the trade value. I don't think it's going to go through at all, guys. Let's just send it this way. No. We're not going to be able to get Vladimir Tarasenko. It's not going to work. And I didn't see any other forwards that would fit through the trading blocks. So I really didn't see anyone. I don't remember seeing anyone. Let me just quickly scan through. No. Was there anyone on Carolina? No, Teravainen was bottom 6. Niedermeyer, was he in the top? No, 4-9-4. No. I don't think there's any forwards that would be able to play in the top guys that would help. It looks like it's a defensive-heavy trade deadline. Very defensive-heavy. Seeing some of the other teams here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't miss anyone. I'm just gonna quickly go through. Just want to make sure. No, yeah. See more D. It's very defensive-heavy trade deadline. My lord. Yeah. No one that's good enough for our top 6. Tarasenko. God, I wish I would have the trading pieces for him, guys, but it's just not going to work. Yeah, there's nobody. I think I've gone through everyone now. Yeah, nobody. All right, that's fine. We acquired Matt Dumba. We'll think about him going forward. You know what? Since he has 1 year left, let's just take a look. We'll see what... maybe we can give him a contract extension. Maybe it'll just be like a trade and extend kind of thing. So let's take a look here. Matt Dumba, offered contract extension. Okay, so not bad. For 4 years at 6.3. And does he want to stay? Oh, he doesn't want to stay. So we're going to have to offer him more than 6.3. What if we only gave him... What if we made this up to 7 years, 8 years? 4 years at 6.3. It goes up at 5. So 4 years at 6.6. Let's see if we offer that. Let's see if he accepts that contract extension. If not, we'll work on it in the offseason. So actually, you know what? Just to make sure it goes through. 6.65. There we go. So Matt Dumba, 6.65 for 4 years. We'll give him that extension and see if he accepts it or not. Sammy Blade does not, so that'll be a work in progress as well. Same with Colby Hickey. Yikes. We'll have to look at maybe extending him. Yeah, so there we go. All right, we'll work on the rest when the offseason comes. So, all right, we've made our trade deadline acquisition. So let's just, you know what, let's go day by day here just to see if Matt Dumba does accept. Actually, you know what, we'll see it in the calendar. And let's just sim to the end of the year and see where we finish off, boys. I think we're going to have a pretty strong end of the year here. Hopefully that defensive acquisition does something, so let's go. Simulate to this day. Here we go. Come on. Actually, you know what? Oh, and look at that. Matt Dumba stayed. So we have committed to Matt Dumba. And I want to stop because I think I forgot to do the lineup changes with him. But Matt Dumba has agreed to stay, folks, for 6.6 for the next 4 years. That is a solid piece, I think, to add to our defensive lineup. So let me just go into edit lines here and check this out because I think he still fits. I think he could fit on some special teams lines here. So he is on line 2. It's still a +1. Does it make it a +3 anywhere else? It doesn't on +1. It's still +1 here, but putting him on that first power play unit could be really well here. If we moved Krug around, didn't do anything. I think it's still screwed up from the time that Landeskog came back from injury. I don't think I kind of edited this out a bit. All right, so that's good. Matt Dumba for Honka. Still not a plus anywhere there. All right, that's good. That's good. All right. Just make sure the extra lines are good. What for the 4-on-4, I'm going to put Krug and Dumba together and put Hickey and Honka down here. All right, that's good. 3-on-3. Matt Dumba will get some line 2 time with Landeskog. All right, perfect. All right, just wanted to make sure that he was in a lot of the lineups there, so it's a good thing I looked at that. So let's go, boys. Let's go right to the end of the year. Hopefully have a strong end. 35-21, and I believe 3. Yeah, and 3. Not a bad record. Let's improve on that, and let's get the W train going. Let's go, boys. We did with the Detroit Red Wings there at the end with a 3-1 win. We'll see the last trades here. So the St. Louis, Shattenkirk going to St. Louis with Duncan Keith, and Chicago getting Goalie, Allison, and Wood. So there's another trade there. This is a very, very trade-heavy month, and look, there's another one rolling in. So Duncan Keith just got traded to St. Louis. Now he's packing his bags and going to Arizona along with Kruger, a prospect, and a second-round pick for Adam Lowry, a third, and Larson. My lord. The computer trades are hilarious in this game. Dzingel going from Montreal to the Calgary Flames. All right. We had a loss there to Columbus. Not a good look, boys. Oh my God, Joe Thornton still in the league from St. Louis to Minnesota with David Savard for Vince Dunn and Justin Hall. Some of these trades are god awful. Look at this. Devin Taves to Detroit for 2/3. Xavier Oulet, and there's another loss. No, that's not what I like, guys. Come on. It's besides the trades here. Oh my God, there you go. There's another trade. I'm not going to read off every single one. It's just getting annoying here. Got to get over that trade hump. Never seen so many CPU trades before. My God. And another loss. What is happening? That's 3 straight losses. We might have to stop and change the lineup, boys. Something's going on here. There's another loss. And look at that. We got a Hanu Levo injured for Tacoma. So let me just go in here and replace him. Dawson Mercer up to a 78. I like the growth there. And we'll put Franzen in. There we go. Oh, my God. Really? It's going to make me do this again. Can I just put someone random? Or do I got to put that Franzen guy for each one of them? Oh, my God. Oh, this is annoying. Why wouldn't I, like, when I replace it with Franzen, why wouldn't I just put Franzen in all the places that I replaced the empty line with? No, why isn't Dawson Mercer playing there? I just seen that. There we go. Come on, guys, get a win in. A 6-1 win. Okay, or loss. Okay, we gotta stop the simulation here. We can't get any more losses. That is a horrible end of the month into the deadline. Something's going on here that we need to address and fix because we're slipping down the standings fast. What is happening here? We just acquired Matt Dumba. We shouldn't be dropping so quick. What's going on with the plus minuses here? Oh, God. So Merrill and Carrick together are not doing the greatest. Minus 13. Dumba's got a minus as well. I don't know if that's from his other team, though. Actually, we can actually check. What's he been doing on our team? A -1. So maybe line 2 is not... Maybe we'll switch Krug and Dumbo around. But it looks like our 4th line is not doing the greatest either. So maybe we switch up our 4th line. So... let's go into edit lines and fix a few things, guys. We have to. Not going to start slipping more. We got to fix this before we get to the end of the season. So if we switch Timashov and Dalcol, this doesn't do anything. Let's keep that together. We'll keep them together. All right, defense. What if we change Krug for one of Hickey? Or which one should I switch? You know what? What is Dumba? Is it two-way? Let's finish from Krug. How about Krug and Honka together and Hickey and Dumba together? We'll try that. And Merrill and Carrick didn't work out the best either. You know what? How's Honka been doing there? Not bad. What if we kept it there, but what if we did the +3? Because if with Carrick we got a +3 up here. Or what if we move Merrill up there? No. Okay, so... we'll put Carrick and Dumba together and make it a +3, and Honka and Merrill down here and make it a 0. Hopefully that does something. If not, we'll have to go maybe more in depth here and find out what's going on. But we'll try those changes and see what happens. Come on, we got to get out of this losing streak here and get back into that W train column. Let's go, boys. Come on, let's go. Let's go by a couple of weeks now. Sim to the Vegas series. How about that? Let's go. Come on, boys. And Hunter Lee was ready to play. That's fine. Let's just continue. There's a win. All right, so 7-3 win. That worked out. There's another win. All right, so 3 wins in a row. Come on, boys. Let's go. The W train is going. 10-1 win. All right, so the changes may have sparked something. So let's go. Keep going. All right, there's a loss. That's all right. Let's just get back consistently with the wins. Let's get a win right after. All right, there we go. OT win. All right, let's go. Come on, boys. There's another loss. Come on. We got to bounce back with a win. Every time we lost, I want us to bounce back with a win. That's not good. 2 losses, and we get a win against the Flyers. So where are we in terms of standings? Can I switch over? I can't control it from here, can I? Just got to wait for it to go into our standings. All right, so we have one of the wild card spots at 86 points. Got to keep winning. It's a really tight race to get up to that second place. So here we go, boys. Come on, let's sim week by week here. So let's sim these 4 games. Come on, let's go. Let's get some W's here. Let's climb up the standings. Okay, that's not a good look. That's a big loss there. Oh, God, 2 huge losses. What is happening? Stop. Stop. My God. This is not good. You know what? Let me just sim the last game. Big win against the Islanders, and we get a shootout loss. Get a point, but we're treading hot water, boys. With 5 games left, we had a potential to miss the playoffs. So something has got to give here. We got to do something. I don't know how we're treading this way, especially with the +5 and 8 lineup. I don't want to mess with anything. I think everyone's doing great down up there, and nothing here helps down here. Has Dumba done better on that line too? All right, he's got back up to a +5, so that's helped. Has Carrick been doing all right? He's up to a +3 or a -3. So I don't know what's going on. Is it the goaltending? 910, 267, 906, 287. Thomas Greiss hasn't been the greatest backup. Yikes. So what? Maybe we make sure Comrie gets the rest of the starts, boys. So let's sim to the Florida game and make sure Comrie's in the net. So let's just go here, edit lines. All right, Comrie's in the net. All right, we're good. All right, so let's go game by game here, boys. So let's sim this one against Florida. So I have a big win here, boys. I know we can get it done. We're better than the Florida Panthers. Let's get a W here. Come on. Big dub. And we 3-1. Come on. What is happening? How are we losing these games? Oh, my God. All right, here we go. Come on. We have to have a better game here. I know it's against the Winnipeg Jets, but let's go. Let's go. We're not going to make the playoffs. We are not going to make the playoffs. 92. What's the cutoff line for 92? 91 is the cutoff line for. We were literally 1 point behind the Flames here. Oh shoot! I didn't want to go to edit lines. I don't know what we do. Do we mess with the lines again? It might mess with the chemistry, but like, God. Advance a day. What are we at? Did Calgary win? Okay, they didn't play, so they're at 91. Come on. We just need 2 points to grab a wild card spot. It looks like we're probably going to grab a wild card spot if we do make it. So come on. Big win against 3-1 loss. Guys, come on. How are we losing these games? The Flames are still there at 91. We can still get to it. Oh, my God. We need to do something here. This is an ugly, ugly end of the season. You know what? Forsbacka makes it a +3 there. All right, let's move Landeskog up. But Yarncrug, I think, has been leading our team in goals. We can't move him out of there. So what if we put... Oops. If we move Landeskog up to line 2, and we put him on the right side. So Yarncrug, we're stacking up that first line with Blaze, and then Jones, Forsbacka. What if we move Forsbacka down? Makes it a +3 Dalcole or... Olson. No, we can't do that. So we'll keep Forsbacka there. Moving Backlund up doesn't do anything. Timashov, no. So we'll keep Jones and Forsbacka together on that second line. Defense, actually, how has Forsbacka been doing? 21 goals, yeah. So he's not the problem there. Maybe we move Honka back and we still get a plus. And maybe we move Krug. Maybe let's try Dumba on line 1 with Hickey. We got to try something, boys. So we'll keep Krug and Honka down here. And Hickey and Dumba up on line 1. We'll try that. Let's make sure that Comrie's in the net. All right. All right. Let's try this again, boys. Come on. We're facing the St. Louis Blues here, 28-46. If we don't win against the St. Louis Blues, I mean, look at that record, then I don't think we deserve to make the playoffs. So what do we got with Calgary? They won, so this is a must-win game. Very, very must-win game. Come on, boys. Get the W. Here we go. Can we get it done? Are you kidding me? 6-0 to the St. Louis Blues, who are in last place. Are they in? No, not in the NHL, but they're one of the bottom teams. Oh, my God. Doesn't even matter. We're not going to make it now. I think we're mathematically eliminated. Against San Jose, let's go. And here, Connor gets injured in the last game of the year. Oh, my God. Oh, and I got to fix it. Oh, this game, man. I don't understand. With the +5 and +3, I don't get it. I don't get it. What the heck? I called him up. Whatever. It doesn't even matter. Best lines. And we lose 3-1. Yeah. We suck. We absolutely suck. I can't believe that. How do we go and acquire a guy like Matt Dumba and lose the majority of games in the last 2 months of the year? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, do we tear down? Do we like retool and re-look at this team? I don't know. That's just, it's mind-boggling, guys. It's mind-boggling. We're gonna miss a playoff by 3 points. Let's just sim to the inevitable here, telling us that we didn't make it. Yeah. And there we go. Yeah, sim to draft. Well, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Please make sure you're hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. What do you think we should do with this team going forward? I want to listen. I'm open to all changes at this point. So let me know, guys, down in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time in the next one.